What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Lots of people picking up the new holiday flavors over on coffeebreadandcoffee.com. I upped the discount to 10% using promo code The Quartering. So really, really appreciate the support. We're really ramping up for the holidays. And thank you so very much. Now, Ezra Miller, one of the most protected lunatics in Hollywood, now facing 26 years in prison after entering a plea of not guilty. If you've been following this case, you know it's bananas. Bananas. That's a lot of N's and A's, but it really is. The guy's like had his own cult. He's bringing like people who are hanging out with people who are underage. Essentially, there's all sorts of grooming allegations. Carrying weapons, all this stuff. But he plays the Flash, so he doesn't face any kind of real consequences until now. After a quick word from this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Now, you know Private Internet Access has been with the channel for a very long time, but it's also the world's most transparent VPN provider. With over 30 million downloads, they never record or store data, and their no logs policy has been proven multiple times in court. Private Internet Access hides your IP address and encrypts your internet connection. And Private Internet Access also comes with loads of entertainment benefits. The VPN works with all major streaming services, so you can access more content than ever before anywhere in the world. Plus, it's one of the few VPNs that support P2P file sharing. And if you don't already have a VPN, signing up for Private Internet Access is risk-free. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee with 24/7 customer support available. Private Internet Access has world-class next-gen server infrastructure covering 83 countries, each and every United States state as well. And you can protect up to 10 devices at a time with Private Internet Access. Most other VPN support fewer connections, so you get a lot more bang for your buck with Private Internet Access. And since their VPN is 100% open source and their code is public, anyone can take a look under the hood. And today, I have a special offer for you in the description below and in the pinned comment. Make sure you pick up Private Internet Access today using my link and save huge. Hey, if you stream, you're missing out on content. It's 2022 and it's a massive discount, so pick it up today. The plea of not guilty means that Ezra could go away for up to 26 years, and the cops aren't playing. The police investigators say they have probable cause as well as hard evidence, including surveillance videos and multiple collected statements. Following the charges, Ezra released a statement apologizing for a string of incidents and saying they were, quote, suffering from a complex mental health issue. Yeah, God complex. Never having any kind of consequences. Look, I sympathize with various mental health issues, okay? However, you're a Hollywood multimillionaire with people all around you trying to help you and are there to, you know, protect you. If you didn't get help after the first crime, you didn't get help after the second crime, you didn't get help after you body slammed a fan in like Iceland. Remember that? You didn't get help after kids went missing with you, allegedly. You didn't get help after you broke into somebody's house. You didn't get help after you pulled a weapon on a family. You didn't get help after... I mean, there are nearly a dozen instances where the man was able to get help. And by the way, WB, in their massive cuts where they cut the Batgirl movie and all this kind of stuff, decided, nah, Ezra Miller's fine by us, even though he's terrorizing people all across this great planet. The case has thrown Ezra Miller's upcoming film, The Flash, into disarray. The Flash was meant to kickstart a fading DC franchise, but after these incidents, it's unclear whether or not it will ever be released. Well, let me tell you this. If you pay money to see this movie, you're supporting it. You're supporting Ezra Miller. And the things that he did is like not... It's not like ha ha ha, he stole a lobster from the fish market or whatever. Like, he did some really, really bad stuff. Now, as a condition, so Miller was accused of stealing bottles of liquor from a neighbor's house while the resident was away. As a condition of their release, Miller was told to stay away from the person who owned the home they are accused of breaking into, as well as being ordered to keep a distance from another Vermont resident, Aiden Early. Miller's attorney, Lisa Don't Care, agreed to the conditions, with the orders to stay away from certain individuals being on the list of 5. If found guilty, it could be up to 26 years behind bars, a maximum of 25 for the burglary charge, and another year for the accusation of larceny along with it. Of course, he's not going to serve 25 years in prison. This is like the same thing with Smollett, okay? I know. The rich, and by the way, it isn't because he's a they, them, or whatever, or because Jussie Smollett is black, obviously. It's because they have money. And the great unequalizer in justice is money. They said they have also begun treatment and want to, quote, apologize to everyone that have alarmed and upset with my behavior. Bro, this guy is guilty of a huge string of crimes. I'm not talking about 1 or 2 incidents. I'm talking about nearly a dozen of them. And like, is this the only thing that's going to stick? They were accused in June of grooming a teen, and a teenager's parents, Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle, filed a protection order against him at the Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Court, accusing Miller of physical and emotional bad behavior. Both Miller and Tokata Iron Eyes have denied the claims. In late March, Miller was charged with disorderly conduct and harassment in Hawaii after local police said the actor became agitated with people at a karaoke bar and began yelling obscenities. This is like, I mean, it's far more than just a few incidents. And really, I've got to be honest with you. Like, look, if you sneak into somebody's house and take a bottle of liquor, do I think you should go to prison? No. Okay. However, this is not just one thing. And sometimes maybe making an example of somebody makes sense. And the idea that, and the idea that Ezra Miller is just using the mental health to escape any kind of real consequences is very distressing. Like, it's extremely, extremely frustrating. Like, you didn't want to get help at all for your mental health, quote unquote, issues until after it seemed like it might help you escape prison time. That's what this looks like. Now, of course, he has celebrity privilege, as pointed out by Weaponized Nerd Rage, but it's true. Hey, Issa Ray is 100% correct. Ezra Miller is just one of thousands of white folks in Hollywood not being held accountable for the harm they cause. Hey, I'm telling you, as a white guy, put him in jail. You see this, Issa Ray writes, Issa Ray said in a recent interview with Owl Magazine that everything going on with Ezra Miller represents a microcosm of Hollywood. Most notably, how the industry continues to protect offenders. Miller was arrested twice in Hawaii this year, once for disorderly and once for harassment, and they were also cited in Vermont with felony burglary. Back in 2020, Miller was seen in a video recording choking a woman outside of a bar in Iceland. Despite all of these incidents, the Miller-led comic book tentpole The Flash is still set for release in June of 2023. From Warner Brothers, with Miller even recently filming new scenes for the movie. Quote, "While I don't support people jumping to immediate conclusions, and I think it's entirely fair for investigations to happen, I think it's extremely important to, like the mantra says, listen to women," Ray told Al. "I'm going to be real. The stuff that's happening with Ezra Miller is, to me, a microcosm of Hollywood. There's this person who's a repeat offender who's been behaving atrociously as opposed to shutting them down and shutting down production. There's an effort to save the movie and them. That is a clear example to the lengths that Hollywood will go to save itself and protect offenders." 100% agree. So don't do that. and women may be able to thrive. I don't know what this has to do about women. They won't have to live in fear of keeping. I'm sure there are plenty of terrible women in Hollywood too. Olivia Wilde comes to mind. A lot of her shenanigans on set. You know, that Jeffrey's wife, she was protected for a very long time. There's a lot of people that seem to be protected in Hollywood that it isn't just men or women. I, for one, would laugh if he got the maximum. I know he's not going to, but I will say this. It would be nice if, you know, maybe 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you know, that will give you some time to work on your mentals, work on this mental health that you say is so important to you, and maybe prove to people that you want to be a better person. But I suppose that's just me. We all know this dude is never going to see the inside of a prison, but he should. He should. I mean, the guy's had 2 years of breaking the law. If nothing else, you know, Hollywood should have dropped him. I believe that identifying as they, them sure came at a convenient time for Ezra Miller. That's just my opinion. Obviously, that could be wrong. But it just seems like, you know, saying all of a sudden they're they, them, now they're protected by Hollywood. If he was just another white cis male, they would have cut him immediately. It's actually a genius move. I, for one, support prison term of at least 1 year. Prove that Hollywood elites are not above John Q. public. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And before you go, make sure you hit that link in the description. Make sure you pick up private internet access today. Save huge and access a ton more content on your streaming services and protect your data.